Good morning and welcome. It is Sunday, the 19th of February. I am Flat Cap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, I'm going to try and make this nice and brief because I've got a couple of price sensitive ones today. Some real gems that were much bigger and have already come in, and I'm pretty confident when the video goes up, the price will go in further anyway. Not just because of the video, but I think contributory factor. So I'm going to try and swizz through things quite quick. 3 bets, 15 quid. It's 3/4 stake day for Sunday. 8 horses covered in that. So we're going to get to that. It's the 12.50 Meydan. I've got a couple of Meydan ones. Not so worried about those. It's the other ones that I am. So 12.50 Meydan. 3 bets. What did we do on Saturday? Well, frustrating. Luck wasn't on our side, but not because the horses weren't lucky. It was my staking plan that was unlucky this time. 50% strike rate almost, or thereabouts. Literally 4 bets with 4 horses, each one 2 placed, or 1 winner in a place. You need 3 to connect to make it profitable, and obviously 4 is really what we're after. So we started off here with the win, Trixie. We had Itchy Feet, Gallant second, Janadil won and is now shortened up for the Ryanair, and then that last one ran like a donkey, so nothing back on the win, Trixie. We then went to Lingfield. Capitanti Con let us down, but Revolutionise got third, which paid out for Sky 365 and Hills. Pirate King then paid out only for Sky, and Star Shield was a very close up third, and we needed top 2. So you would have only got that double if it was Sky, and the single if it was 365 or Hills. So not everyone would have got something back on that one. So that was the only one that was a little bit question mark for everyone. Bet 3. That wasn't very good. Too Friendly placed 4th, which I think all bookies paid out. Then the 350, that was very disappointing. I think it was 5th and 6th, something like that. And then making your mind up, that went and won nicely. So we had a winner, but it didn't matter because I did it as a Yankee. If you'd done him as luckies, you'd have been better off than the channel. So it was a place double off the 2 Yankees for that one for bet 3. And then bet 4, the Wolf, which is my horse of the day, managed to get 4th, which was good. And then first Lord de Coué, that was also placed 4th. So this bet looked like it was building up nicely. Then Global Export or Expert, can't quite remember. I think it might have been Export. That looked like it was coming and then faded, and then I think ultimately it fell at some point. Then Danny Whizbang, has not got back to form. So it was only a place double on there after a really nice start on that one. So that was a little bit disappointing. And then we started off this one with Neon Moon, which ran a nice race and place. Then Xavier faded and ultimately was 9th, I think. Prince Alta was a non-runner, and then Mill Green, that did go in place. So we had Neon Moon and Mill Green placing with a non-runner. So that was alright. And then the combination bet looked like it was going to be decent. The first 2 placed, and then we had first Lord de Coué placed, Saint Xavier didn't. Then Prince Alta was a non-runner, and Global Expert that didn't finish. So it was a profitable bet, but it started off looking like it was going to be a lot nicer. So I've got it for the channel 30 on 32.80 back. I think variations of that or a few quid under £30 is probably where most people are at. So it leaves us 25 down for the week. So it feels like a very unlucky week to me. So 25 down. And then as far as the year goes, we are sat 90 down still. So 4.5 days stake. So we've still got quite a way to go to get ourselves back on level after getting a bit of a caning for about 9 days. All right, what have we got for Sunday? Well, I wish I had last night's prices is what I really would like to be able to say, but I don't. I'm happy with what I've got, but the 3 of them particularly, prices were absurd last night. So I've got 2 of them in 2 bets, basically. Two of my slightly preferred ones for framing are in 2 bets. So let's talk you through. Flag today as well. Paddy, Betfair, and Sky are your best. Paddy slightly favourable, and it all comes down to all in the races. But I have not got mathematically good races today. So if you like playing your maths game and go, where have I got a better chance of placing based on amount of places being paid out and runners, you don't want to go near what I've got on some of these. Okay, Ides of August at 12:50 Meydan. It's recently gone over to that part of the world, and it was trained in Ireland. It was a decent horse in Ireland. It ran not well at all first time out of Meydan, but I'm taking that I think after one experience, they're putting some headgear back on it. It's got a decent jockey for Meydan, so I'm having a chance at that one to bounce back. But I don't usually like chancing horses that don't have Meydan experience, but haven't run well at Meydan because it is a particular type of track. So, but Ides of August 28th. Then one of my three for the day really is the 110 Punchestown. That is not a race most people are going to want to bet on. It's across the cross-country course at Punchestown. I love watching the cross-country races at Punchestown. Really great spectacle. 20 runners. Most bookies are paying 3 places. So that sounds terrible, doesn't it? 20 runners, 3 places. Betfair, Paddy and Sky are paying 4. And if you going with Paddy, you'll get Bog as well. So 4 places in 20s, slightly better than 3 in 20. I can't walk past the horse at that price. I think what it did earlier in the month in a kind of point to point cross country banks course, it ran really well. Its hurdles form when it was trained in England is really good. It shouldn't be 50 to 1. It should be about 10, 12 to 1. So I think the market's got it wrong. It's not favourable mathematically, but I think it should run a lot better than a 50 to 1 shot. So that's Shannon Bridge. And then we've got the 125 Meydan, another risky one. Manor here, 14 runners paying 3 places because there's an odds-on favourite. I like that horse at a price. It's because the odds-on favourite pushes the market, but the place terms aren't favourable. But I still quite like the look of that horse, despite the fact it's not got the best draw in the world. So that's in. And then 150 Musselburgh, just Dotty. Oh, that's come in. I mean, that's still would have that single figures. I would have that 9 to 1. That's where I would aim that horse at. Last night, before a non-runner came out, in places you could have got 80, which was absolutely criminal price for that horse. 80 to 1. Non-runner came out, which is probably makes that 80 the equivalent of about 66 if you put a rule 4 on it. But 66, ridiculous for a horse that I would have at 9 to 1. So there's still a ton of value in 28s there. 150 Musselburgh, 8 runners now, so we don't want to lose a runner. But I think on form that looks like it should be a horse that should be in second to 5th. So we've got a 50% chance there of that horse placing, I would say, which is much better than 28 to 1 suggests. So that is that. So it's 15p each way, lucky 15, bet 1, 450 your bet. And then we'll go into bet 2. 2 of the same horses. So we've got 110 Punchestown, Shannon Bridge. So I'm stacking on it. So we'll see. And then the 150 Musselburgh, just Dotty. So both of those are in both bets, and I've put singles on them too. Then the other one that I think I like, but it's slightly harder chance of getting it framing, but I think the market has it wrong, is the 3 o'clock Newbury. 6 runners. You wouldn't normally look at that race. Amalfi Skyline. 100s in places last night. 50s now. It ran once. They've hardly got any form. It's run once, and it ran on soft, and it ran well to a point, and I think it got a bit tired, and its jumping got a bit lax. So I think it'll be better for the run, definitely. If the ground today at Newbury, which is why there's so many small fields, it's good to firm in places. So it's very fast ground, and a lot of jumpers won't want that. If you actually look at the breeding of that horse, both the dam and the sire, so it's mum and dad, they both won on and ran well on good to firm ground. So I'm good with that. All of its siblings have performed better than it has done on its one singular rating. And then if you look at the top of the market, outside the favourite, I think something beginning with T, I can't remember off the top of my head, The other ones are short in the price without having actually achieved anything, because both times last time out they were fancied and didn't perform well. So I definitely think it's worth chancing that to try and get top two. If you like a side bet, having a look at these in either like a extra place market is definitely a place, or Betfair Paddy's market of you'll be able to get 6 places for that race, 4 there, 3 there, that kind of side market bet. Definitely worth having a look. And then I've stuck them with 3:45 Punchestown in the kind of more obvious race, Ballyadam Destiny, which we've taken a few times at 18 to 1, 20p each way, lucky 15. 2 times 35p each way singles on the top 2 that are in both bets, and a 55p each way single on a Malfi Skyline. Paddy, Betfair, Sky best on there. Paddy slightly favoured, then Betfair and Sky, and that is £8.50 a bet for bet 2 because of the singles. And then finishing off what I would call a cover bet, rather than, you could say, save a bet sort of is like the end of the day. This is sort of the end of the day, but it's also a cover bet, i.e. if all the big price stuff go down, these are the best 2 favourites I've found I think at value at prices. I'd have them both much nearer to even money. So we've got just another little win bet, 240 Punchestown, Harmonia Maker, which if you watch the Cheltenham Festival Ante-Post video number 2 on novice races, I've tipped up for the novice hurdle. It looks like much the better horse in that race, but there is a reasonable size field. And then the 410 Newbury Trappista, 15 to 8, £2 win double. So if the big prices don't come off, this is what we're riding on to try and get our money back for the day. All right, that is me. I'm going to leave it there. Said it was going to be brief and I then over-explained stuff. Sorry. Yeah, and I will be back Tuesday night as usual. So no videos from me on Monday or Tuesdays for Monday, Tuesday selections. Anything I find, I'll slot it in the comments. But on the vids, I'll be back on Tuesday. And if you haven't noticed, my Cheltenham Festival Anti-Post video number 2, novice races, is currently live on this channel. So feel free to do that. Watch that. The only one that's probably price sensitive is Harmonia Maker because it's running today. All right, that is me. Enjoy your Sunday. I'll be back fighting the good fight next week and seeing what we can find. All right, bye for now. Cheerio.